everyone, Neiman Hao, and welcome back to another episode of Ignite Your Power, the Kathy Mao podcast. And today is truly special because it's my first episode in 2026. I cannot believe it's already 2026, guys. Wow. And I hope you guys had a great New Year's and Merry Christmas, or hope you had a great Christmas holiday break. And it's extra special today because it's actually January 1st, 1, and then 2026. And if you add 2 plus 2 plus 6, it is 1. So it is 1 today as this episode airs. And my solo episode, or this week's episode, is going to be out on Thursday instead of Friday, which is very unique because my podcast episode comes out every Friday, and it's been like that since 2.5 years now? Isn't that crazy? 2.5 years, guys. But why not make it extra special and put it out exactly on 1/1/2026? So you guys can have this episode and use the powerful portal energy today. And I love portals. I'm all about numbers. If you don't know who I am, I'm Kathy. I'm an empowerment coach. I'm your host. I teach people how to live the bliss soft life, which is about living in your power, knowing your amazing gifts, knowing and loving yourself, that you create literally the life that you want. And you learn the tools that I give you, have guests that come on and teach you how to empower yourself truly. So you know what you can do. And you don't have to rely on outer things, but it comes from within you. And so today is going to teach you more about what you can do on this portal date to help amplify the energies and helping you set the right intention for this year. And since this is a new year cycle, guys, this is a brand new 9-year cycle. There's 9-year cycles. And so this is going to be the first day of the new 9-year cycle. So if you listen to my last episode, it was about releasing what no longer serves you and then stepping into the new 9-year cycle with intention of what you want. And so let's kind of carry that through. But what perfect way to do it with this 1/1/1 portal date. Like, how amazing. So I always love grounding and teaching my clients to ground yourself before you do anything, because we live in a very, very fast-paced world, and it makes you not tap into your inner power. And when you're actually still quiet and getting to know yourself truly, listening to yourself truly, like your intuition, your knowing, your soul being, this is where you get clarity, answers, and you're not all over the place. So wherever you're listening, you're driving, walking, sitting, whatever you're doing, take a pause, and I want you to ground yourself. Take a deep breath in through your nose, hold, and then breathe out. And then breathe in again, hold, and breathe out. Ooh. And one more last breath. Take a big deep breath in, hold, and breathe out. Just by taking these 3 easy breaths, it already makes you calmer, right? And it helps you ground yourself. That's so important. And it doesn't even take that long. So like I said, today is January 1st, 2026, and it's crazy. It's the first day, first month, January, and the beginning of a brand new year, which equals 1. Like I said, 2 plus 2 plus 6 is 1, guys. Energetically, this day carries the vibration of 111, a powerful portal of renewal, alignment, and truth. So this episode isn't meant to overwhelm you with goals or pressure you to be better, like setting New Year's resolutions, etc. No, I'm not all about that. I'm here to really invite you to soften, to reset, and to choose intentionally how you want to step into this new year. And sitting with yourself with this intention of really coming at a place of love and not punishing yourself, not saying like, oh man, I want to lose 10 pounds because I'm so big from eating over like the holidays, right? And it's not like that. I don't like that mentality. I want you to truly sit down with yourself from a loving space and being like, okay, what do I really want to manifest? What do I truly desire? What is truly going to make me happy? Being on this earth side, living in this environment, living in this lifetime, what is truly going to ignite your soul? This is what I want you to do on this day, right? So, what better day than to start the year on a portal date, too, using the energies where the veil is thinner too on portal days, so you can tap in more of higher sources energy to help you manifest and get the energy into you. And again, in numerology, the number 1 represents new beginnings, leadership, independence, creation, identity, and yourself. So when the number 1 repeats, especially as 111, the energy is amplified. So 111 is a reminder that your thoughts are powerful, your energy is creating momentum, and you're being asked to consciously lead your life. And this is not a passive number, this is an activation number. So when 111 appears, it often shows up during moments of awakening, when your soul is nudging you to step into an alignment instead of autopilot. And so right now, I want you to ask yourself, what am I repeatedly thinking about? Where is my energy going? And am I creating from fear or from truth? And when you really sit down and think about this, 111 doesn't ask you to rush. It asks you to align yourself first. And so again, this is the first year of a 9-year cycle. So what do you want to happen in the next 9 years? What do you want to happen in this year? Right? So start thinking about that. So reflecting on my last 9-year cycle, it's taught me a lot about loving myself truly, stepping into my power, stepping into living the BS life where I know my power and I know how to manifest, use my energies. I've spiritually awakened from having infertility, losing 2 babies after miscarriages. Like, I've lost a lot, but then I've gained so much. And man, I am very thankful for the 9-year cycle, even though it was tough. It was tough. So for this next 9-year cycle, I want it to flow easier, more abundance, more flow, more of the bliss off life. None of the BS that we're all used to, right? Slowing down and really being in the present moment. And like I said, I'm going to be a mother in this year, 2026 again. Like, I'm going to have a second baby and I'm just so excited. And I'm still fairly early, maybe 10 weeks still, and 10 weeks in like a couple days. But even though I'm still early right now, and I'm going to tell you guys the truth, like, I have PTSD. I am paranoid. So I've been having a little bit of discharge and like some spotting, etc. PTSD comes in, and I've noticed that my nervous system is still on fight and flight sometimes because it's rewiring back to the traumas that I've been through. And then I have to remind myself, like, okay, this time it's different, and I know it in my heart, soul being that it's different, and my ego is trying to keep me safe. And I'm noticing that. So it's about noticing certain patterns that no longer serve you, right? And when your body's trying to tell you something and then you're like, it doesn't make any sense, pinpoint it. And this is what's so crazy is, even though I have PTSD from having spotting, and usually I did freak out a little bit, but I would take a deep breath and then I'd tell myself, okay, yes, spotting is fine. Don't worry. If it's meant to be that I'm supposed to have this baby, it's meant to be. Like, even if I have spotting or not, the outcome will still be the outcome. Either I will have this baby full term or not. And I would just have to play it out. So why worry about a spotting if baby is still here? Or as long as I can carry the baby, right? So I'm just looking at the bigger picture and not these little small things that are freaking me out. And that has been helping me realize, like, man, that mindset shift that I have is so powerful. And then when I know that everything's going to work out, I'm like, okay, the bigger picture is you have spotting, and usually that means negative things about it, right? But I'm like, okay, if I'm meant to have this baby, okay, I trust in the divine, I trust in the universe, and I trust that this baby is going to be healthy and I'm going to carry it to full term. And then I feel so much better, and I'm like, dang, I'm pretty powerful. And again, your thoughts create your reality. So if you want to be stuck in fear, which you get to choose, then it's going to be fearful and it's going to go down a negative path. But if you choose to be more empowering, then that's where your reality will be. So I took my power back and I feel empowered now. And I'm just going to stick with the narrative of everything's meant to be, and it will be perfect the way it's meant to be. And so hopefully you guys can do this and have this mindset with whatever negative situation you're going through right now. And yes, I'm kind of out of breath because this baby is making me tired and nauseous. And then, like, that's why I'm having a little bit of like burping, or sometimes it's not coming out as easily when I talk. So, man, there's a lot of changes. It's great, but it's all new again to me. It's been, 3 years since my last baby, 3.5 years since Gemma. So yeah, I'm just in shock and amazed of how amazing women's bodies are, by the way. Like, dude, we are incredible. Like, we're creating a little human, like a life. Like, what? Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Okay, so I know it kind of got sidetracked, but what makes 1/1/2026 so powerful is that we're working with layered new beginning energy, right? The first year energy, the first month, the first day. And this combination creates a reset point, not just externally, but internally. So this is about rewriting your identity, releasing old survival patterns, choosing who you want to be moving forward. You are not behind, you are not late, and you did not miss your moment. You're exactly where you need to be, and today offers you a clean slate. So this energy says you can begin again without shame, guilt, or explanation. So just like I said with my story about being pregnant and having like PTSD and all this, right? That's old survival patterns. I no longer choose that mentality, that PTSD, that fear anymore. I'm choosing to move forward and to create a more empowered type of mentality where I just trust, and it just feels good. It feels good because energy tells you everything, honestly. You can either feel the resistance or you can feel the flow. And when you're not in flow and you feel the resistance, that means that it's not right, right? But then we always push against the resistance. So if it's meant for you, it will be right. You'll just know. You'll just have this knowing. All right, so the 111 portal is deeply connected to standing in your truth. So truth doesn't always mean making loud declarations. Sometimes truth is quiet. Sometimes it's a boundary. Sometimes it's walking away. Sometimes it's finally choosing yourself. So I want you to ask yourself gently these questions. So, where have I been living out of alignment? So sit down with yourself and really ask, yeah, what is out of alignment? You'll just know. So, for example, what's living out of alignment is me people pleasing and trying so hard to make everybody like me. It's not a perfect world. Either people are going to hate me or like me. There's people that are for me or not for me, right? So I will do things out of alignment, like doing things that I don't feel like I should or it's necessary, but then I do it because I'm trying to people please. Why? I'm sure most of us do this because we're taught to do this at a young age in our society. So, what is it that you're doing that's living out of alignment? Sit down and really think. Journal, guys. This is a great time to journal. Sit down and write these things out. Next, where have I been shrinking to keep the peace? This is, again, part of the people pleasing for me, right? Where I won't speak up because I don't want to hurt someone's feelings, even though it's not your job to make sure that person is okay with your words, right? It's you speaking your truth, and it is a lesson for them to be learned. And in a way, you're taking away their lesson. And I'm just thinking about this from my older sister's perspective. Like, I used to not tell her things and be straight with it because I thought she couldn't handle the truth. But that's a narrative that I made up myself because she's kind of dramatic in a way. And so I just didn't want to handle and deal with the big emotions that she has. But that's not my job to keep that from her, right? And then finally, now we're older, she's like, I appreciate if you just tell me the truth. Just tell me. I can handle it. And it's like, see, it's our own perception about things. So do you shrink to keep the peace? Where is it? Is it in your relationship with your spouse or your partner? Is it with your parents? Is it with your children? Your friends? Where is that? Look at places where you do this. Is that work? Okay. And then the third question is, what truth have I been avoiding because it felt uncomfortable? Ooh, this is a really good one. Okay, let me repeat it. What truth have I been avoiding because it felt uncomfortable? Oh, this one for me is something around my business. It's like, I know my business is meant for something greater, but I don't know. I haven't really sat down and dug deeper into it. But I know that I kind of keep myself small sometimes because I don't know how to handle certain things. And maybe it's a lot of subconscious things that I haven't really tapped into, but I know I will need to do this. Interesting. Okay, so what is it that you're avoiding because it feels uncomfortable? Okay, so standing in your truth may mean saying no when you used to say yes, trusting your intuition over external validation, and honoring your needs without apology. So 2026 is not asking you to abandon who you are. It's asking you to come home to yourself, to truly step into your power, to truly speak your truth, and to finally live in alignment with your higher self and to live in alignment with your purpose and what you're meant to do on earth in this lifetime. And when you're fully aligned to it, you're going to know. You're going to be bright. You're going to be this bright light. And it's going to be so beautiful. And I have a great example because I have a client. She has a powerful gift. She's a medium. And she didn't know she had this gift. But I mean, I think she did when she was younger. But then she kind of like didn't know how to use it really. And so recently she got her power back, and now she's like this bright light. So when you're high energy or when you're high vibing, you're able to tap into higher source. So then she started having spirits come to her telling her like messages, and she couldn't handle all of that at once. But when she set the intention of like, okay, I only want to talk to this person at this time, that's when she was able to receive messages just from one person and not like 20 other spirits all at one time, right? But finally, she's this bright light. Like she glows. Like when you see her, it's crazy. Like she like emulates this light, and in her face and her smile, you just see it. She's just this beautiful bright light. It's because she's stepping in her purpose, her power. She's finally feeling and knowing what her purpose is. And so now she stands so differently. She shows up differently. And then she gets to do that with the people around her, and she gets to share that light with the people around her. It's so beautiful to see. So I want this for everybody, right? I really do. Okay, so if you're driving, you can fast forward this part, but I'm going to do a gentle activation with y'all. And so it's going to have you sit down and like close your eyes. Okay. So I want you to find a safe space, sit down where you can relax, close your eyes if you can. And so I want you to place one hand on your heart and one on your belly. And then close your eyes and take a deep breath in. Hold and release. Take another deep breath in. Hold and release. And one last breath. Take a deep breath in. Hold and release. So silently or out loud, repeat after me. I allow myself to begin again. I allow myself to begin again. I allow myself to begin again. I release what no longer aligns with my truth. I release what no longer aligns with my truth. I release what no longer aligns with my truth. Take a deep breath in, hold, and release. I choose clarity, alignment, and self-trust in 2026. I choose clarity, alignment, and self-trust in 2026. I choose clarity, alignment, and self-trust in 2026. Now take a deep breath in, hold, and release. Still keeping your eyes closed, I want you to now reflect. One belief I'm ready to release is. So mine is, one belief I'm ready to release is, I'm not deserving. Okay, and reflect on this. One truth I'm ready to honor is. One truth I'm ready to honor is, for me, is my power. And then one last reflection. One intention I'm anchoring into this year is. One intention I'm anchoring into this year is being present. Ooh, that's a good one. So there's no right or wrong. So trust what comes up for you. Whenever you're ready, take a deep breath in one last time. Hold and release. Okay, so let's start by preparing for the 1/11/2026 portal. And then there's another one coming up, January 11th, 2026, which is 1111. So even more powerful. And that's going to be the following week. So, dude, there's so many portals coming up. How exciting! So if 1-1 opens the door, 1-11 activates the timeline. So 11-11 is a master number, which is 4 numbers, right? So 1-1-1-1. So it's connected to manifestation, alignment, awakening, and soul purpose. So what you set in motion today, what you align with now, begins to crystallize during the 11-11 portal. This is why slowing down today matters. Alignment comes before manifestation. So if you're feeling called to receive deeper clarity and personalized insight for your 2026 journey, I would love to support you through a numerology guidance card reading, which these readings help you understand the energy surrounding your year, what lessons and themes are present, how to align with your highest path. And you'll find the link in the show notes below. And this is not about predicting your future. It's about empowering you to co-create it consciously. Like I tell you ways, and after the session, you'll get clarity, you'll get guidance on what you need to do and how to align with yourself to tap into all of this energy. And if you're also called not to do a card reading, maybe a one-on-one empowerment session just to see how I coach. And if you liked what I did a little bit today, this is kind of what I do, but in a one-on-one session, I really tap into your powers, your gifts, and we go and dive deep within your fears and what's holding you back. And in just 1 hour, I can get you from getting confused to clarity. So powerful. Okay, so as we close, I want to leave you with this. 2026 is not about hustling harder. It's about living truer, trusting yourself more deeply, and choosing alignment over pressure. You are allowed to start fresh. You are allowed to change your mind, and you are allowed to step fully into your truth. So thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing yourself. Until next time, this is Ignite Your Power, the Kathy Mao podcast. And don't forget to go and ignite your power and live the BS life. I will see you in my next episode. Bye. Happy manifestations. Thank you so much for tuning in to Ignite Your Power, the Kathy Mao podcast. If today's episode spoke to you, inspired you, or reminded you of your own inner strength, I'd love for you to take the next step. If you're ready to dive deeper into your self-love, your healing, and the woman or person you're becoming, you can work with me one-on-one through my BS life coaching program, or you're craving clarity and spiritual guidance, you can book a numerology guidance session with me. All the links to connect and work with me are in the show notes below. And if this episode served you, please share it with someone who needs this message today. Remember, you are powerful, you are worthy, and your soft, blissful life is waiting for you. I'll see you in the next episode, and don't forget to go and ignite your power and live the BS life.